All right, can you guys see my Slack channel? My Slack window, right? All right, I can't see everybody. All right, so when you set up a Slack channel, this is the Hispanic Business Leaders Slack channel. Okay, this is the end, so let me just scroll to the bottom. And on my Zoom screen, I have that little bar up top that you guys probably don't see, so it kind of throws me off a little bit. So this is the Slack channel for Hispanic business leaders. When you are on your computer, you can access Slack two ways. One, a mobile app, which I absolutely recommend you download and keep it right next to your messenger box. You know, it allows you to look at it. You'll see it every day, and you'll remind yourself to go in there and check in, or maybe post something. As well as on the computer. So this is the computer application that you're looking at right now on my desktop. You can access Slack from your mobile, from your desktop as an app, and from the browser itself. So there is no excuse that nobody could not access something. It opens up. It's a very, very extensive like coding how they did it. It's absolutely beautiful. It works everywhere. So you'll be able to access it every different way. Before I go into the things, I want to show you this on the side here. This means that I have several different workspaces in my Slack, and as you add different ones on, maybe there's different things that you're part of, you'll see those on here. So this is my United Latinas channel. All I need to do is to go from one to the other is click on it. This is my United Latinas channel, our community channel, where I'm scrolling information and sending pertinent information. And then if you see, I clicked on Hispanic business leaders, and now I'm right in this channel. This is great because you're engaged. It keeps you engaged with having more than one workspace. Now, when you first come on to Slack, what you see is this feed, this general feed of different posts. But we want you to maximize your Slack. So I want to have you become familiar with your own profile. So if you click on the top right and go to your own profile, view profile. Now yours won't say workspace admin, but it'll just have your picture on there. If you don't have a picture up, that's priority number one. We want to know what you look like. Please make sure that you upload a picture right into your Slack. Very easy to do. You click on it, you know, and you can go ahead and upload an image. Simple, right? I think all of us we're all on par with that. That's very, very simple. The next thing I want to tell you is this heading. So I'm just going to pick an example, and I'll just pick somebody random here. Let's pick, not to pick on anybody, but let's check out somebody's profile. When I click on somebody else that's in the channel, if I click on their profile, I'm going to get this information. So she didn't upload this much information. I don't know what she looks like. I can message her, and I can find out what her email is, but I don't know much of anything else. So what I recommend is that you add that in there. You can copy and paste your headline on your LinkedIn, emojis and everything. You can copy and paste it right in here. So if you click on edit profile, what do? What I do, copy your LinkedIn header or rewrite something cool that is pertinent and makes sense. I decided to add a little Puerto Rico flag because we are in a Hispanic business leaders group. So it's great to know who's Colombian, who's Venezuelan, who's, you know, it's fun to know. And as we grow as a channel, when we have thousands of people, we could have the Venezuelan group, the Puerto Rican group, you know, we can maybe figure out some things to work with each other on. But I think it's fun. I think it's fun to show where you're representing, even if you were grown and born and bred in the US, but what is your cultural background? So I definitely recommend you adding that. Now you see when somebody clicks on my profile, and Mauricio, if you're on it live and you have the window live, you'll see I'll also have a number for you to text, and I have my email address. Now some things with phone numbers don't allow you to write letters. This one does. So I wrote the words text because I'm directing people, text me there. So you can write connect, follow, you can write anything in there. It doesn't just have to be a phone number, but you want to tell people what is the best way for them to contact you. Now, the next thing I want to show you is display name. So display name, you may notice that John's name, for example, is John Moreno Escobar, but his display name in the channel, whenever we have communications with him or whenever he posts something, comes up as Johncito. So you guys may see that. So you'll see Johncito, even though his full name is there. How does that work? In your display name, I could put Sandrita, for example. So now when somebody...
No te copies, Sandrita, no te copies.
So you see, instantly, my name has changed. So even if somebody tagged me in something, even if they tag Sandra Noemi, it'll automatically change to Sandrita. Well, hold on, let me change it back. So, but like in our United Latinas group, I could put president. So if somebody wants to just send a general message to the president of United Latinas, I could put president. I could put, you could put a title on there. We do want to really know you. So, you know, if it's a, you know, nickname or something that you're known for, put it in there. If not, just leave it blank, and then your name will come up. Hold on, I didn't delete it.
So Jennifer is doing this live.
Yes.
She just sent her picture. She just put a message on the Slack. I invite everyone, if you're doing it live right now, Mauricio, if you're doing it, si você, ¿cómo se dice? Oh my God, I tried my Portuguese, it's not working. Okay. But if you're doing it live, leave a comment on the Slack.
Yes, I already put it on my phone too. That's I'm trying to.
Awesome.
So
And
once, I'm sorry.
go ahead, no.
Once you register, you're automatically on here?
Yes, no, not once you register for Zoom. Once you go into the Slack channel, which is the bit.ly link, HBL Slack. So you see Jennifer just posted a minute ago. You see how immediate this is? I'm showing you something exactly, Mauricio. You posted something, and now I can react instantly. I love it. I love it. Now here's something cool with reacting, because we want to encourage engagement. So if you hover over somebody's thing, it's not at the bottom, it's at the top. So it'll be here. And you can be, we're emotional, right? So you could be, all right, I don't just love it. I also want to cheer it. That was awesome. I also want to put a rocket ship. Like all this stuff just encourages emotion, right? We're such emotional beings as Latinos. So I love that you're not limited to just the heart or one thing. Just express, it's an expression. Just put your emotions on there. So you can do multiple things right in there. Let's see, John replied, bienvenido. Perfect. All right, awesome. And then so make sure that you are commenting and engaging with other people. Now I wanted to mention something before I get off of this. This is like 259 characters. So you got plenty of space to put what you do, and maybe if it's a tagline or some promotion or something, you can be clever with this as much as you can. So feel free to use this space, as best that you can do that. All right, so now we're gonna talk about channels. There are different channels within Slack. So I want you guys to look at this whole entirety of the HBO Slack as a community. It's like a city that we could all communicate together. So we got LA in here, we got Fort Lauderdale in here, we'll have Minnesota in here, we'll have Colorado in here. Like this is a city that is, we can all come together no matter where we are in the world, no matter what time of day, and send a communication and have a rapport with somebody. Now let's say, and I'll kind of go a little bit ahead of myself, but let's say it's like 11 o'clock at night and I forgot to send somebody, man, I wanted to send, a message to somebody. And I don't think, hold on one second. Let me make sure. Yeah, I don't, let's say, Cynthia, you're not in here yet, right? All right, so let's just say, Cynthia, you were in here already, and I found something in reference to a conversation that I want to send to you. Let me see, Mauricio, you're in here, so let me just use you as the.
So actually, I just added myself right now.
Okay, perfect. So if I know she's in there, I can go Cynthia. Oh, there she is.
How do you add yourself from the top with the edit?
Did you join it yet, Karen? Like
Remember, I registered, right? Remember I asked you to check it because I didn't get a confirmation and you said I was registered?
You're registered to attend this, but I don't see you inside Slack. So I'll put in the chat, or John, if you could put in the chat the HBO bit.ly Slack link, so she can join. So
Yeah, boss.
yeah. So you're not inside.
And I'm sending you this in a private message.
Okay.
How do I get, so you guys have your own group? Because I'm not, right now I'm in general, right?
Yes, you're in general. Mm-hmm.
But we also automatically, I'm sorry, Sandra, to interrupt, but you also automatically, Mauricio, gonna be in another channel. Sandra is gonna show you what other channel you're gonna be automatically joined, which is our introduction channel. So you can introduce yourself to the whole community because everyone is in that channel as well.
Okay. This is cool, I like it.
I know, it's when you learn how to do it, it's pretty cool. Karen, I just sent you a private message on Zoom. You just have to click on the link I just sent you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sandra.
So this is it's so exciting because you can use this for email, for social media, for a community. Like this is everything in one. So this is your general chat. This is everybody. As soon as you join Slack, you're going to be in this general chat room. And we want you to introduce yourself, but we made a separate chat. If you see here, it'll say introductions. Some of you may see a different window. Sometimes it may be closed and you don't see the name. You could always add them, but, and I'll get into that in our profile settings. But if you drop down, you'll see introductions. We want you to introduce yourself, put where you're from, your background, a little bit about you. Some people share their latest podcast episode. Or maybe a project you're working on. We want you to feel comfortable with providing value to the community. You know, we don't want spam. We don't want like that aggressive. And I don't think anybody in this group is that way. But what we want is to encourage for you to provide value to the Hispanic community as a whole. So feel free to do that. And introductions, definitely make one in there. Now there'll be, so these are the two groups that we have right here. The general, which is, you'll notice in the mornings, Morella will post a motivational video or a motivational quote of some sort. I'll post something. If you have something going on, feel free to share it. Feel free to share it. And I'm gonna show you how to do it so that it shows up effectively. There will be other channels as that we add on. You know, as we know and understand more the extent of the community, what we have, then we'll add additional channels, you know, for all the podcasters that are in the group, for all the speakers that are in the group. We want to make sure that we all feed the fuel to the fire that we're all lighting up right now. So we want to make sure that everybody gets business and speaking opportunities. So we'll have more of that, and John will do that as we grow out. Now I want to show you some things in the profile settings where some of you, so you guys can get familiar with. If you click on the Hispanic Business Leaders drop down, you'll see preferences and settings administration. If you click on preferences, here you can control if you want or not want messages to reach you after a specific point. You know, sometimes at 10 o'clock at night, you don't want to hear no more messages. Me, you know, I'm sometimes up till 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm working anyway. But you want to set your preferences into how you get your messages, how you see your sidebar, what comes on your sidebar. So you want to see all the channels when they're there. You want to see when somebody tags you in a name, and I'm going to show you that in a second. You can change your themes, how it looks, messages, and then accessibility, which you guys probably won't use too much of this. but it's more so what's on your sidebar here and how late somebody is able to respond to you. Okay, what else? Oh, I wanted to show you, so when you're in general and you're like, okay, who else is in this group? Who could I reach out to? Like, how do I build relationships? You'll see it when I'm in general, I can go to the top here and say, okay, there's 65 people inside this group. Let me click on that and let's see who's in this group. I can add people. So if I know somebody that I feel, damn, man, they would really benefit from being in this group, let me find them and search them. You can do that here, or we can add additional people, or you could see who else is in this group. So I could scroll through these 65 people and say, wow, like this person, they don't have their picture, but what of a difference would it be if you guys had your pictures already uploaded? Like, okay, so this is more friendly. Like I could see Jen, design wearable art. Wow, okay. Maybe she could be a guest for my podcast. So I look at her, design wearable art. Wow, that's beautiful. I see her phone number. I see her email. Damn, she's fast. She set up her profile fast. She was doing it just now. So it's easier for me to reach out and say, hey, we're on the Slack channel. Let's connect. I would love to interview you. You know, this is a great portal to say, we're connected in Hispanic business leaders. Let's have a phone call. Let's see how we can, you know, what synergy could be between us. So this is such a big benefit that we can access everybody else's in this channel. Now, if you extend your network to 5 people and invite 5 people, let's just say, and all of us do that, imagine how much bigger your own network grows. It's a giver's mentality that we want to constantly instill, because it's not just who you know, it's who everybody else knows too. So don't feel like I don't want to invite them, they're going to benefit. Like that mentality should be thrown out the window. Invite everybody that you feel has a desire to connect and collaborate with the Latino community, because we are doing some big things. So we want you involved in what it is that we're doing, because it's going to be even bigger when we're all participating in this big thing. So if you invite 5 people and all of us do that, your network will grow 10x plus, you know, because all of us are doing it and all of us are inviting people that you would have never been connected with otherwise. And that's the goal, to expand all of our networks, to expand our consciousness, to expand the education that we're receiving, to expand the type of coaching that we have access to, and to expand the tools that we have to expand our own businesses and expand ourselves. You see, this is instant. Morella is replying to instantly. So I want to show you something in general. Let's say you came out with your podcast, or maybe you released your book, you know, or something, and you want to share it with people. We don't want this to be a spam platform, but we want you to grow yourself. And the best way to do that is you can add. So let's say I knew that Morella was interested. I had a conversation with her about maybe a podcast release or something that I had released. I can go at, and everybody that's in the group will come up here. So I can tag specifically Morella. I released my podcast, let's just say, for example, or my book, or I have an event that we were talking about, or I'd like to invite everybody in the group to the event. You can do that by simply putting the @ sign, and you'll see who else. And maybe you haven't had a conversation with that person, but it's a great way to start building rapport with people and showing them that you exist. I think that we're so afraid of showing, I don't want to bother people. No, connect with people. They're waiting for you to connect with them. People are the same emotions that we feel as humans. Other people are feeling that same way. We need that human interaction. And sometimes a tag or a connection DM from somebody, it means a lot. It means like, wow, I exist. It's almost an affirmation, right? So I want to show you something that's also really awesome. There's just so much that Slack could do, but for example, I want to send, I'm working on something with, let's say, Morella. I had her up already. So I want to send Morella something. She asked me for something. I got to send it to her. Gosh, man, email. I have to open up an email. I have to attach something. That's a lot of work. What Slack does is allows me, let me just go to her thing, it allows me to just say, Marilla, you asked me for that thing, right? I could just open up. Can you see my Finder window too in front of here or no? Probably not. Oh, you can. Okay. All right. So, let me just find something to attach. So Marilla, you asked me for something. I just did it in Canva or Photoshop, wherever I did it. I'm gonna grab this piece of artwork and all I have to do is drag it in there. I don't have to upload it. I just literally drag it from my Finder window right into her upload. And we'll go more into this on round 2. I just kind of wanted to give you a very surface level of this because this is more deep dive training. You guys won't be doing too much of this. But Marilla asked me for something, I could send it to her. And instantly on her window, she got this. I didn't send it in a general, I send it to her in a direct message. So that means only she got it. So you're able to send something specifically to each individual if you need to send somebody. If I need to send Cynthia something and maybe I don't have her email yet, but I know she's in Slack, now I could just say, hey, Cynthia, does this day work for our meeting? Or can we do this for our meeting? I can send her a DM right in Slack that she gets notified. And it's so much easier than an email that gets lost.
So Sandra, so let me ask you a question. So obviously chat, everybody put their contact information. How would you send me all the chat document in Slack?
So when you log into Slack, you'll see, if you're in general, you'll see all the chat that everybody has made public. Now, if you want to send me a message or anyone a message that said, hey man, I wanted to follow up with that person because I saw them in this thing. So here, I'm going to like your, actually I'll hit, you can just hit the same one and the same thing will come up, or I can add another thing on there. But so
right, but the chat that we have right now
On Zoom.
Can you send me that?
on Zoom, well, you're in Slack already.
Right, but all these, I'm not connected to necessarily everybody in the chat right now that's with us, am I? I mean, is everybody on Slack now?
John is. Karen, did you come in yet? I didn't.
Can you, I think I was under Better Me Karen it automatically. I didn't put Better Me Karen in, but I think because that's my website name and that's what I saw when you were scrolling. There I am. There I am.
Okay. So she is in here under Better Me Karen. So yeah.
So that might be my display name, and then I could put Karen Machuca so people will.
Yeah, so people could look.
Is that the best? So how would I change that? For example, can I put Karen Machuca on the top and then my display name is, I don't know what.
Yeah, you would.
Would that be the way to go? What would be the way to, I don't know.
Hold on. So I'm going to view your profile. Yeah, your display name says Better Me Karen, which you can keep it at there. You can change your actual name.
Yeah, how do I do that? That's my question. Like, I don't know what to put where.
Yep. So I'm gonna show you my profile. My actual name is up here because it's up here under my full name. Your display name is what comes up. So you could have Karen Machuca up here and then
Okay.
Karen on your display name if you want to keep it as your display name.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Cynthia, did I answer your question? So you can message, so we have the general chat. You should be able to, as soon as if you have that window, you should see the general chat, which is everybody. And in order to see everybody else who's in that page, if you go to the top, you'll see you'll see people and then a number. So if you just click on that number, it'll pull up everybody who's in there. You could send a direct message to them individually and say, hey, I saw you on Slack, let's connect or whatever. This would be how to know who's in the group. Okay.
Thank you.
You got it. All right. What am I missing? Okay.
Go
ahead.
No, I think, am I wrong, Cynthia? Is what you needed the information from the chat? Is that really what you were asking for? If it could be somehow transferred to Slack?
Yeah, so what I did is I just actually just took a screenshot, so I have it just in
Okay.
case. So thank you. Because I would have never known to look you up by Better Me Karen.
Yes, yeah, I know, I get it, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so if you have Karen in one of those lines, Karen, it'll in the search form, the search at the top here will find you. If you don't, then it's not going to find you. They have to type in Better Me Karen.
But if I have, okay, so there's no like smaller lettering, like yours just says Sandra Naomi Torres, right? So mine will say Better Me Karen, but where will it say Karen Machuca? So like, for example, if Cynthia's looking for Karen Machuca, she's not going to know that it's me.
Oops. If you had, sorry, let me put down something. If you had your profile name right here, in your full name, put Karen Machuca. In your display name would be Better Me Karen. That means that even if somebody puts an @ sign and they put Karen, you're gonna come up.
I got you. Okay.
But it'll still display Better Me Karen. But they'll,
Okay.
you know, I mean, it comes up.
Yes.
But if they're looking for Machuca, then we
Yes.
keep the money. Okay.
Right. But my logo pops up. I don't know how that happened, by the way, but whatever.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things we have going on, like this Zoom, right? So I can say, hey guys, make sure that you are registered for this Zoom right now that we are on, and I can go ahead and attach a link to this. I don't want to get too complicated. We could do that in session 2. Yeah, that's probably like too much session 2. So what I want you guys to have is you have your profile picture, have what you do and what you stand for. You got 259 characters on here. If we can get everybody to do this, we'll have a powerhouse resource of like, we know who people are. The problem with social media today and with the way that people use social media is they become lazy. They don't upload their picture. They don't upload their content. They don't update their LinkedIn. Like, we need us to do this. Like, we need to make sure that we are changing the mindset of the Hispanic and Latino community, because it's not just, it's something that has to be taught and trained, and it's persistent and it's consistent, because there's a lot of professional Latinos who still don't do things that we should be doing, right? So, but we as professionals and as CEOs, as business owners, as leaders, we need to make sure that we are updating the things that represent our brand in some way. So make sure that we are updating all of this information in a way for people to contact. I could go deep with like some of these things, John. I mean, but I don't want to like go heavy deep with attachments, because I don't think many of us will do that. But we will be having more channels. We want you to share the things that are going on, maybe events that you are hosting, and we'll have separate channels for that. Maybe John could kind of highlight what he envisions for that plan. But we want you to invite people. We want this to grow exponentially, and we can only do that with all of us working and on all cylinders.
So
Right.
maybe it'd be helpful if you can show us how to invite people.
Beautiful. Great
Yes.
question, Cynthia.
I just sent a couple of emails here. There's a button to invite on the phone, and I'm just
Yeah.
pushing emails. Here you go. Here you go.
Yes.
So that is a one way.
One way.
And it's, Sandra, if you could show, we have 73, so we growed already.
Yeah.
But if you go into your own profile and you click there where Sandra it's actually pointing out, and then you put invite people, then you put their emails, and then people are gonna get an invitation. We certainly want to avoid that, just because sometimes people get their email, but they have them the spam, it goes into their junk. We really don't know. So there is a link that we created. And maybe Mauricio, you have people that's not going to be the issue with you. So you get the email, you put it there, and they're going to get it. But what we really want to promote is our Slack channel bit.ly, which actually was created by Sandra. And that link, we could share it in a minute. And Cynthia, you just send that via text, via email, via WhatsApp, whatever it is. And people, as soon as they click on it, boom, they're going directly to our channel, and they're going to be joining our community right away. So right now we are 27 members away from our goal of November, which is 100 people joining our channel. And in terms of the channels, joining our community, in terms of our channels, you know, today we had an incredible meeting with one of the largest Latino tech communities in the whole United States. And they told us to wait until we create more channels, until we have a more robust group. So the work that we have right now as ambassadors, you and everyone who's joining our second session with Slack from Sandra, it's to right now just invite people and tell them like, look, this is pretty cool. You're gonna get to connect with people around the nation. It's based, of course, the majority of our group, it's South Florida, but now that we have Cynthia, we're gonna have some people from California and we have people from New York. So it's gonna be pretty cool to have people from all over the nation, but it's gonna take some time just to give you a heads up. It's gonna take some time for us to really start engagement, to really get people to come back to us. Right now, we only have one thing that happens every day, which is our motivational quote, which is posted by Morella every morning. We have a motivational quote to get people rolling out of their bed and getting like super excited about what's happening in their day. But then we're gonna have another channel. You know, right now we have the introductions. So Cynthia, Mauricio, and the rest of you who joined the channel tonight, make sure that you go into the introductions, Presentate channel, put your information there, and everyone else, as you can see on the top of the screen, all the 73 people that are members of the channel are here, so they get a notification every time that you write here. So when you write something, Cynthia or Mauricio, people is gonna get to know who is Mauricio, who is Cynthia, what they doing. And again, Cynthia, you are a publisher, you are a leader in your community, you are working on so many fronts. People might be like, oh, I want to connect, like we just did with our person here. What's her name? Karen, that said, I'm publishing a book. I want to talk to someone who already did publish several books. This is the way that we want to connect our community. So feel free to just go on this Presentate introductions thing and just go on it and write your kind of like, you know, 10 paragraph speech, introductory kind of thing, and make sure that people know who you are. And then as we keep growing, as Sandra mentioned, when we get, I don't know, 300, 400 people, we want to create channels that are specifically to regions and maybe specifically to countries, right? So maybe there is more Brazilians, Mauricio, than you, and you want to create your own Brazilian group or your own Brazilian channel. It might be related to culture or events or politics, whatever. You guys could have your own conversation about Brazilian politics, Brazilian culture, Brazilian events, and same thing with Puerto Ricans, same things with, you know, Mexican Americans, same things with Colombians. So it's going to grow in so many directions, but we need for you to help us with the outreach right now, right? That is our biggest ask. It's let's get people here. Let's get them to learn. We're going to have a second session with Sandra, which she's going to go on a review on this, really brief, and then go into detail, how to do hyperlinks, how to create impactful, you know, messages, how to add icons, all the beautiful things that might be like more, I would say like more, I don't know, more into the day by day of what we do on Slack. But right now it's inviting people. You have your profile up, put your picture, put your description, introduce yourself, make sure that you are sharing your events, sharing your initiatives, and let's keep it moving. I don't know if I cover everything, Sandra. I know we went way over the time, but.
Okay, so I do have one question because I really like the fact that you have a link. So I can copy that link and put it on my other social media platforms, right? So I can copy that link, put it on my LinkedIn, for example, and say, hey, come join the fastest growing group of, you know, leaders in the Hispanic world. And then I can put the link and then they can just take it from there, right?
Yes, yes. And you're not the only LA. We got some California people peeps in here, and there's going to be more joining. So because I am connected with a few. So
Sandra, can you share the bit links? I don't have it on the top of my fingers right now.
Yes. So the bit.ly, and I'm going to put it in the general channel. So if you guys have it open right now, you can see the speed of how it thing. So to invite people to this group, And I just want to keep you guys in mind, if you're familiar with Bitly links, they're short-term links, and how Slack does it is because it's a secure community, right? If I go to invite people to Hispanic business leaders and I copy Slack, you see it says for me expires in 13 days. Because they don't want, if you have this out there, you could have complete strangers that maybe have malintentions and join your Slack and you have no control of that. So they make it an expiration date so that you have to refresh it every now and then. So just keep that in mind. You may have to refresh it. But yes, you just go copy the link and put it on your stuff and they'll be entered as almost like a VIP because they received a direct link from you. So I'll put the link here. It's bit.ly HBL Slack. And if you guys have your window open, you should see it. Let me know if you do. So you click on that and or copy it and send it to anyone else. So when you it could be whatever time of night. And Cynthia, I love that you're West Coast because I'm always up. So I have talked to a lot of West Coast people that random times of the evening. So feel free to even if somebody's not up, they'll get it in the morning. You know, feel free to crap, I got to get this out of my head and tell this person this thing, but they'll get it in, even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're because we're entrepreneurs. So I know we work crazy hours, they'll get it in the morning. So feel free to message them or put it in the general when they, everybody's notifications are off till the morning, they'll get it. So it's great to build that rapport. I sent you that last night, or, just kind of keeping everybody connected and all of that good stuff.
I have a quick question, Sans.
Yes.
Where you put, I did exactly what you did. I went to LinkedIn, I copied my title, and I pasted it onto, do you put it under what to do, what you do?
Yes, what I do. Mm-hmm.
What I do. Okay, that's where I put it. Okay, and then it will show under your picture.
Yeah, so now when I click on you, if you did it, if I click on you.
But I cannot see how it looks.
Let's see.
Because I don't see the title under my picture. Oh yes, I can see it in on yours, but not on mine.
Yeah, now it says your name. Again, Morella has an account, business solutions group, employee benefits, legal, ID shield. So you see, this is what comes up. This is why you put it, what I do. I would also add your email. I don't see your email actually on, oh yes, it is, okay.
It is?
Yep, your email is on here. And then if you want to add your phone number, add your phone number. You know, you want somebody to text you, you could write the words text. Sometimes phone calls are crazy. And we become that. I remember the curly, when the phone rang, it was exciting back in the day when the house phone rang. It's we're excited to pick up the phone. Now today, send us a text. That's it.
Yeah.
We've all become that.
It can be overwhelming,
Yeah, so you feel free to put text, how I did it, to just remind people, text me. I don't mind taking a
That's
call.
a different number you put. That's not your number.
So I have my number.
There you go.
Yes, Yeah.
Yeah. No. And that's.
I want to be respectful of everyone's time. I know we went way over the time.
Yes, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But I'm usually the bad cop on this conversation.
We can be here all night, right?
I'm the party pooper. I'm the party pooper. But I just wanted to make sure that we wrap up. And I don't know if you have anything else to kind of go over everything in really 2 minutes to make sure people are doing that tonight. We do have, again, a gift card for individuals that invite 5 people tonight or tomorrow and introduce them into the general channel. For example, if Cynthia does that, said you put a message, Cynthia, hello everyone, I introduce Juanito, Pepito, Carlos, Maria, and Dan. And then when you put that message, I will send you a direct message through the general channel, to the general account, and then we will get your email, and then we send you your gift card. For the second person, if you come second, which is not fun, but you still get a prize, you will do the same, hey, I'm Sandra, I invited these 5 people. You will be able to get a coaching session with Sandra about digital marketing for free. She's really expensive. So you get to do that. So, get on it. We already have, again, 73 people, with 27 people short from our goal of this month of November, which is 100 people in our channel. And it's just not to just have people, right? It's to make sure that we become a community. And that is by you sharing your events, introducing yourself, making sure that you are active on the channel. It's going to take some time as we become bigger and bigger for people and more people to participate. But you know, you don't have an excuse, as Sandra mentioned. You could have it on your phone, you could have it on your computer, you could have it on your iPad, you could have it everywhere. So it's like a WhatsApp, but I feel it's much bigger and better because he actually gives us the option of the channels. So with that, I'm gonna transition to Sandra to close it up, and then maybe we would just finish at 8, so we could all go to finish our days and put our kids to sleep.
Does everybody know how to save the chat here?
In Slack. I mean,
No, the chat on the Zoom. Does everybody know?
well, we're all connected now in Slack. So, but yes, there's a way to, if you all typed in your information on the Slack and other information that you want to save, if you go into the chat box and hit the 3 little dots, you can save the chat to save other people's contact information. But the benefit of Slack is that you just go on Slack and be like, why aren't you on Slack? Why isn't your phone number there? Ask them. we want to encourage everybody with the audacity, right? And the resourcefulness. Like, some people need a lot to come out of their shell. We want to, especially as leaders, we want to encourage people to come out of your shell. The Latino community and the Hispanic community has been shoved under, like, we're historically like demolished from American history, which we want to re-engage that. Okay, there's a lot of our history that's missing. And we want
Mexico, right?
Yes, and we want to make sure that we are owning our own identities as individuals. Like, screw whatever has happened in the past. Now it's time to own our self-worth, our identity, our place. We have a place here, so don't be shy about saying who you are and what you stand for, what you believe in, what you want to see different in the world, because all of us are probably on the same page if we're on this call. We have a goal and a dream and a vision that we want to see for how we are treated and how we act and represent as leaders as part of this country. And we are leaders in this country. We have to exude that power, and we have to own that power by saying, I belong here, I have a place here, I belong at this table, because all of you belong at this table. We need your voices to be heard. We need your voices to matter. And it's only gonna matter if we're constantly elevating each other and saying, we all matter. All of us are of importance, so own it. You know, so if you are not sure about posting something, post it. And then if you see it, if it's really bad, then you'll, like, which I don't think it should be, but if it's overly spam, we may say something, obviously, but I don't think anybody's on that mindset right now. I think we're all very conscious of how we interact with individuals, and and that's that. So yeah, I could go talking forever.
I know.
I think
it's a good talk, Sans. It's a good talk.
Thank you. I think it's great that we can be a Latino community across the country and communicate with each other, that we were not able to do this 30 years ago. So like, I'm just amazed at the like we can reach people. If all of us stretch our limbs out, we can reach even more people. And that's the beauty of this platform.
I wanted to reinforce, we are 27 contacts away from a 100 goal. So I'm going to keep encouraging you to invite your friends and colleagues to this platform. We're going to have another training coming up soon. We will let you know through Slack. The second part of this training, which is going to be more in-depth, intense, or more specific. But we're also going to have a networking educational event in December. And then we are starting to, Morela, Sandra, and I starting to look into how the 2021 calendar will look like for us in terms of events. We are committed to one event a month. So you will get that for sure as part of this community. But, if you have any ideas of events, please send us a message, right? Morela, Sandra, myself, through direct messages. and you know, you could also send a message to all of us at once. So if you put, I don't know if Sandra, you want to show really quick, when you put direct messages, you could actually add my name, Morella's name, and Sandra's name, and then it could be like a group text message where we could all get the same message, and you could talk to us about, you know, hey, I'm Mauricio or I'm Georgette, and I have this idea of doing this event. Can you guys put it together for us? Or I would love to present to the group. We're open to those things because, again, this is not just one person's event, one person's group. This is your group. This is your community. You make it the way that you guys want. We're just the starters of this, Morella and myself, and now with Sandra. We are here to manage it, to communicate, to make it better, but it's your community. So you make out of this community whatever you want. If it's going to be about trainings, if it's going to be about networking, it's for you guys to decide. So we are extremely grateful to being able to share this information with you, to have you tonight. For you guys that were drinking, salud. For the ones that were not drinking, too bad. No, just kidding. Next time. But we appreciate your time, and you guys went over the time, way over the time. So we know this is something that you guys wanted to hear and you guys wanted to get trained on. I don't know, Morella, you have any closing words, but I think that I want to be respectful of everyone's time because we went really over the time. I don't know if you have other words, and then we close the meeting.
No, we appreciate you being with us. We're thrilled that you're with us. And we'll love to see you next time and keep seeing you on the Slack channel.